Hello, Flosstube. My name is Dace, and I thought it'd be really fun to film a WIP Parade for you all today. So I have got this mountain of projects. I have got quite a few WIPs, and I thought it would be good to go through them all sort of one by one, talk about what's going on. But before we get to that, I feel like I should just introduce myself real quick. Like I said, my name is Dace, and my pronouns are he, they. I am an LGBTQIA plus youth worker, and I live in Norfolk in England. I have been cross-stitching for over 20 years. I crochet and I also make bobbin lace. So as crafty as I like to think I am, like cross-stitch is definitely like my main man. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to a top-down view and we're going to have a little look at all these projects. I'm going to plonk them to the side and we'll get them out one by one and talk about how I stitch and what I stitch. And we'll see how that goes. Alright, let's just switch over. Cool, we're here now. So I'm going to just plonk all these to the side, if I can pick them all up. There's quite a pile there. So I feel like we should start with the main project that I work on. This is Evolution's Possibilities Rainbow by Alyssa Gerwig, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This piece I work on the most. I put 1.5% into it every single month, so that's just under 6,000 stitches. We've got a good chunk of this worked up. I've stitched this up in columns on a 28 count easy count, and yeah, we'll be getting to 3/4 done on this next month, which is very exciting. So at the start of the month I pulled this out, I put a 1.5% in, and then I put it away until next month. And so far so good. We should have this finished on its 5th birthday on the 25th of October 2025. I am currently working on the penultimate column. There is another column plus after this I'll be doing all in one go, and then I'll do Evie's face at the very end. So we're currently working just at this like bottom bit where the like pale colours, the splash where Evie's standing. Quite like this piece. I enjoy working on it. It's only regular size red colour, so it's not very confetti heavy. It's quite pleasant. You get through it really fast, and yeah, like next month, 3/4 done. It'll be exciting. It'll be good. I also never take it out of the Q snap and show it in full. That's like as good as you're getting on that, I'm afraid, for now. Very selective of when I show that and why. So the next project I work on every month is a Meeting of Tangled Paths, artwork by Stephanie Pueman-Law, another one charted by Heaven and Earth. This was a free pattern on the Facebook group for like 2 days, so I grabbed it, and a friend of mine really wanted to stitch it, and I was like, you're never gonna manage to get that done on top of all your stuff, I'll do it for you. And they were kind enough to send me a 25 count easy count, and I'm stitching it 1/1. It's not got the most fun colours in it, but look how they work up. It's like the watercolour artwork looks really good. I really like that about it. So when I'm done stitching on it every month, which is about 1.25%, about 4,500 stitches-ish, I like to kind of go, oh, the watercolour, it's working up, it looks nice, it was worth it. We got to 20% on this the other day, in fact, so just got to do it 4 more times, but we'll get there. It's very background heavy, but there will be a huge unicorn on here at some point, which will be a little bit interesting after all this beaver grey and sandy beigey colours. So yeah, that's the second one I work on every month and get a good bit of progress in. The next thing I usually pull out for the end of the month is this piece. It's Home Sweet Home. It's from a book called Twisted Stitches by Phil Davison. It depicts a bungalow. It's covered in like rubbish. It's got like a junk car in the garden. I'm making this for my housing association because they were kind enough to move me when my previous home was not suitable for me, and I'm now like in an environment where I can thrive, and I just wanted to give them something to say thank you for that, because it's really hard to get that sort of treatment from the housing association, and I'm really grateful. I don't have any stats for this, I'm afraid. It's a paper pattern, so we are just gonna have to take it at face value. It is what it is. I work on it as much as I can every month. I really want to get it done by June, July, which is about a year since I moved, so I can gift it at a suitable sort of time, but you know, it gets finished when it gets finished. I really do try. It's just super confetti heavy. The paper pattern is hard. It's it does grow, so hopefully we'll see that again a little bit more filled in really soon. So those are like the focus projects right now. I do also have a piece that I focus on a little bit because I want this finished by August. So this is Unconventional X-Stitch Colossal Octopus. It's the mini version, and I made it extra mini by stitching it over one on a 40 count. So the lack of detail from the mini has kind of been, you know, minimized a little bit by how small I've stitched it. From a distance, this looks really high in detail, it looks really cool. I really like it. We're on 70% right now, and I tend to put about 5% in every time I work on it. So I stitch on Twitch Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. On Fridays, we do full coverage Friday, where usually I'll spin my full coverage whip wheel and we'll work on what it says. But every now and then, at least one Friday a month, but probably moving closer to 2 Fridays a month, I try to get this out and work on it. Like I said, get about 5% in each time. There's 30% to go, so all I need to do is pull it out 6 more times and we will have a finish on that. It's going to look really cool. I like it. It's about, what, 3 by 5 inches? It's not very big, but it's very cool. I like that one. So the other full coverages I have are somewhere here. What's this one? We have Pokemon, Epic Pokemon Gen 3. I had a I had a moment on this. I was working on it for a couple of hours at one point, and I was really struggling to get the needle in and stuff. I was like, it's probably just because it's on an 18 count Ada. I'm not really used to that. Like, it doesn't feel good. And then I realized I'd basically stitched the fabric to itself. So I had to frog 200 odd stitches, but we got it out the next week and we just carried on. So we got a little bit of Registeel, a little bit of Deoxys. I love Pokemon Gen 3, and this is by Lord Libidon. I absolutely love the epic Pokemon pieces. Very fun, very fun. But we'll just pooter along on that as it comes up. What have I got here? Oh, this is interesting. Okay, I do not know what this piece is called. It's a Dimensions kit. There's an owl, there's a mushroom, there's a little treehousey thing. I don't know. It's a little full coverage, kind of. It was from a friend of mine who sent me it as a gift. It was a little kit. I have no idea when I'll bring this out again, but it's really quick and easy to work on. So, over time, hopefully I'll have some chances and start, poking that out. That'll be alright. It's something. It's something. Don't know what it is, but it's something. Next, I have my... Ooh, okay. Yes, I love pain-free crafts. I'm a member of the Crystal Club, and one of the kits I got was Pod. This is a really cute piece. It's a fairly small full coverage, but it's adorable. I absolutely love Pod. Like, his little face, he does not know what is going on. Or he's seen something. I don't know. But, let me just check the old stats on this one. He's 40% done? 41.1% done. So he's not very big. He's a 250 by 250 square. And he will look a bit like that when he's done. Ever so cute. Love this one. Really fun to work on, nice bright yellows and stuff, although the actual owl is mostly like B5200. It's gonna be quite the task to stitch the owl, but I love him. He's so cute. And again, he comes out for full coverage Friday sometimes, and one day I'll have a finish, surely, right? That's how it goes. Another pain-free crafts here. We're looking at Kraken Storm Dragon, my first pain-free craft kit. I don't know how far along I am on this one. These are all on 28 count over 1, because that tends to be my go-to. We've got 21.6% done here, so I've worked the pages across. There's like 100 by 100-ish block to fill in over here before I move into the next one. These are very background heavy, artwork by Stanley Morrison. I'm sure many of you are familiar. I do have quite a few of these kits, but this is the only one of Stanley Morrison's I've got on the go right now. Absolutely love this. When it comes out, I'm always happy to work on it, and really happy to see that coming along quite nicely. What else have I got here? Oh, I pushed them too far away. Get back here. Oh, so we've got... Aha, so this is not cross stitch, it is black work. We have Memento Mori by Urban Stitches. Absolutely love Urban Stitches. She is a wonderful human being and makes incredible blackwork patterns. This is a full coverage blackwork pattern, so the whole thing will be filled in one day. This is a bit of a pain to work on because the pattern is a bit difficult to read, but I've got to say, when you look at it, you're just like, worth it. Good, nice, I like it, cool. We've got a bit of a lamp coming in there, some skull. It's going to look really nice when it is done, I'm sure, one day. But for now, I can't help but marvel at the progress. It's a slow one, but I'm never mad about it coming out because it just means more is getting done on it. Happy days. So here I have, 11 count, 4 over 1. A recent start. This is Owl Faces. I can't remember the designer, but it was from Etsy. Pretty early on. Again, I don't even... Where's the percentage? Tell me the percentage. There it is. 2.7%. So each one of the owls is 40 by 40, so it's 160 by 160, and it's really cute. It's going to be so fun to stitch this. I really enjoyed my start on it, and can't wait to get to a bit more of it. Again, this is on 11 count. The reason for that is because when it's done, I want to frame it and put it on the wall, and I want it to be like a big, bold, blocky, like funky piece of art, you know. So I thought, do it big, and I have no regrets. It's going to look very nice when it's done. What else do we have? I feel like I keep saying that, but really, what else do we have? Ooh, okay. So this is Octopus, artwork by Jeff Haney, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. It's not very octopus at the moment, I know. It's kind of mostly all feather. But I am stitching this on a 32 because I had a scrap of it that just fit the pattern. So that's what we're going with. It's a little bit tight to stitch on. I also have some Petite Treasure braid in there, so it does sparkle. It's very cool. I like this piece a lot, and I hope to be able to focus on it one day and really get to the actual octopus. But that's that, I believe. How far? I think it's just under 10% done. It's not the biggest piece ever. We're looking at 9.72% done. So nearly 10%, and so far all we have is feather, but one day there will be an octopus here. One day. I think this is the last full coverage I have, and it's a piece I intend to focus on once Home Sweet Home is done. So this is Raven God. It was a free chart from Heaven Earth Designs. Artwork again by Puiman Law. This is a very nice scene of Odin and his ravens, I believe, and it's just a nightmare to work on. But I am tent stitching this, so it does go a little faster. I don't like tent stitch. I'll never do tent stitch again after this, but I'm making it work. This is actually for a friend of mine, and I really want to do it some justice, I guess. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, but I will be focusing on this after Home Sweet Home, so we should see this work up quite quickly when it becomes part of the standard rotation. I think we're currently at 25% or something. Let me find it. Don't know where it is. There it is. 24% done. So I'll probably add like 3 or 4% to it every month until it's done, something like that. We'll see. I'll come up with a plan. So those were the full coverage widths. I do have a lot of non-full coverage widths to show you now. So the way I do this is I have a list of the projects, and I give each project 2 numbers, skipping the number 13 or skipping the number 25. Either or, that's my free space, and I use it as my WIP Go. So I'm sure many of you are familiar with WIP Go. If not, just go to the WIP Go Facebook page and have a little look. But that's how I do my WIP Go. Every month, 2 numbers are called, and I have 2 projects against each, well, a project against each number, so 2 projects will come out, and I'll work on them for 2 Wednesdays each. So each of my projects will get 4 Wednesdays of stitching throughout the year. That way I can guarantee that all my projects come out and get some sort of attention throughout each year. Like that's my strategy there. So I don't know what the numbers are. I'm not about to go through all that, but I'm just gonna get a whip out and we'll talk about it. What we got? What's on the top? Oh, okay, we've got this first. Nice. So hopefully my needle minder is strategically placed. It is, it is. So this is Peretta's Trick by Night Spirit Studio. The camera's decided to really wash this out because the fabric's so dark. There we go. I'm stitching it with just DMC white. It's a depiction of a woman flashing herself to a demon, and the demon is a bit like, so I love the artwork. I think it's ever so fun and funny and cute. Night Spirit Studio charted this from a picture using a monochromatic pattern, so it's all one color and it's just filled in using different densities of stitching for shading, and I think it's very cool, very clever. It was a Patreon exclusive. I don't know if it's been released yet. I'm stitching it on a 32 count over 1, which I wouldn't usually do. It's a linen. It was dyed by Jodery Designs, who is unfortunately no longer in business, but it was a perfect fabric for this, and if I stitched over 1, it fits, so I made that happen. I don't know where we're at with this one. I feel like we were like 20% through so many of these projects. 26% through this project, so just over a quarter. And she is, again, on the whip go. She gets pulled out at least 4 times a year. She's certainly nothing I want to focus on just yet, but, you know, one day, one day. Next we have, okay, so I love my long dogs. The other way I stitch my non-full coverages is every month. There's a group of us on Twitch who run a community stitch along, and each month the person hosting the stitch along chooses a theme, and we just stitch whatever we like on that theme, or craft. It doesn't have to be stitching. And this month we are looking at the theme of animals. So this is Long Dog's Saga, which is Long Dog's biggest pattern to date. It has lots of animals on it, so that's why I'm stitching on it this month. I hand dyed a 25 count even weave myself in a nice bright yellow, and I am stitching this up using Sulky 4054. It's a 30 weight. I'm stitching it 1 over 1. It's got these nice like dual royal tones going on, and I think it's just fun. It's just hickledy-pickledy, silly, fun colours. It just brings me some joy to stitch. It's not a sophisticated, classy looking piece. It's just fun, and I have no regrets. I've been working on this the last few days, and I really like it. It's really fun. I can't stop looking at all these lovely bright colours. So that's that. What else have we got here? Okay, I'm also a bit of a Mirabella fiend. I do like my mirrors and my Bella Filipinas. This is a Mirabilia. It's called Echo Lake. It's a pretty nice one. It depicts 2 mermaids in symmetrical design in a lake. The bottom half is practically full coverage. I'm stitching this, I believe, on a 32 count linen, dyed by Chromatic Alchemy. I can't remember the colorway. I think it's like Zephyr or something. It's a nice bright, it's not showing up fantastically right now, but it's a nice bright green. It's got blue tones, it's got yellow tones, and it's just really colorful, really bright, and it's gonna basically match the tail colors, and I think that's going to look really nice because, again, the rest of it's kind of full coverage at the bottom, so the tail won't touch the fabric, so I think it'll just work. There's a lot of beads to go on here. It's coming along. I didn't start this too long ago, and it works up somewhat quickly when I do poke at it, so I have high hopes for this one. I look forward to seeing more of it, definitely. Wonk. Little needle minder clink clonks. Okay. Next, I have got a Witchy Stitcher. We love Witchy Stitcher. She is incredible and a wonderful person. If you like Night Spirit, you like Witchy Stitcher, and vice versa. You just got to. They are fantastic pattern designers. I love anything spooky Halloween. I'm one of them. Yep. So this is Frosted Pumpkin Cottage, I believe. It's very early on, but it's not a huge piece. It's my smallest piece, so I kind of keep this in the hope that if I need a piece that I can finish quickly, I can just, you know, bash it out in a week or two, you know. Let me just see if I can find it on here. Where is it? Where is my Witchy Stitcher? There it is. So 12.5% already. I had to completely fudge the moon because I made an error on it. Yeah. I've got it on a River Hut Designs fabric. It's absolutely stunning. I think it's a 32 even weave. I really like the way for some projects an even weave dyes a bit lighter and paler, and that works in some regards. I do prefer linen to stitch on, but in this case an even weave was going to work really nice. Love this fabric, it's really pretty. I really recommend River Hut Designs. I do believe they're a UK seller as well. We've got a few of those, don't get me wrong, but it's nice to have options over here. But yeah, that's going to be really fun to keep stitching on. I love my witchies, yes I do. More of those please. What have I got next? Oh, another long dog. That's right, long dogs, here we go. We have got Game of Swans on a opalescent 18 count. Ooh, I want to say antique white Ada. It's not bright white, it's got a nice sort of just off white color to it, and I really like it. I'm also stitching it in the Gentle Art sampler thread conversion, so slightly variegated, really nice colors. Really love working on this. I do believe we're looking at, again, nearly a quarter done. 23.1% done. So this hasn't been called on any of my WIP goes this year yet. So there will be 4 stitching sessions yet to put into this year, which means it should grow at some point. It should be cool. I look forward to it. I love my burbs. I love these swans. They're so cute. I love the threads. That's a really fun one to work on. I love it when that comes out. Absolutely. I have got some houses of Hawk Run Hollow here. I say some, I have one, and not even the first one's done, quite frankly. But I think I've got this on a 40 count cream linen. I did substitute my own name and the year. I did this as a new start last year. So this is the first house of 12. There are 12 blocks. I think most of them have a house. I do like the Hawk Run Hollow series. Something about the houses just really called to me. I love how bold and blocky and fun they look to stitch. And they are, like, they can be a bit tedious, but in a kind of I can just do it way. So I don't know what the stitch count on this is or the percentage or whatever, but I like it. I like this piece a lot, and hope to see it very soon. Come on, WIP go. Give me Houses of Hawk Run Hollow. Next I have another long dog. This is a 46 count linen. I'm stitching it 1/2. I did stitch it originally on a 36 2/2, but the pattern keeper had an issue and I had to just scrap it and start again. So this is the new normal. I'm stitching this in a Night Stalker's Calling thread called Fragile Ego. It's a nice sort of silvery colour. And the fabric was dyed by Megan Coffee Crafts. I got it on a super seller Sunday, so I don't know what the colorway is or whatever, but it's really nice. Got like a nice deep grey blue tones with some greens in it, and the silver just sits really nicely on it, I feel. So I don't know how far in. Again, I think we're kind of at a 10% situation with this one because of the restart. 12.3%, so this piece I actually work on when I'm looking after my mum's dog, because he is a lurcher, so he's like a long dog. I like to stitch my long dog with my long dog. He also has 3 legs and he's just adorable. He is just the cutest, sweetest little man, and I really enjoy sitting with him, and I really love working on this while I'm with him. His name's Chance. I call him Chancey Boy. He's very fast, even though he's only got 3 legs. He really does not let that slow him down. Okay, we have chatelaine now. I also like chatelaines. I do have a couple on the wish list. This is the only one I've got on the go right now, though. It's the Polar Mandala. I'm stitching this on a 28 count, dyed by Pole Stitches. It's got a nice blue, purple, white situation going on. It's very blue, this piece. This is obviously a really fun piece to work on because we've got all the specialty threads, we've got specialty stitches. I've worked up this first panel mostly, and I'm now working on this picture panel. It's got some foxes on it, I believe. I will be doing the center 1/1, so that's going to be a task. But I really like working on this. It's fun. I love having all the different threads, and I've fully converted this because I won't use a silk thread. So I fully converted it to like fancy cottons, like classic colorworks, gentle arts, that sort of thing. So I get to play with lots of really fun threads and lots of metallics. I really, really enjoy this piece. Yeah. Hopefully we'll see it again real soon. Try to think what we have coming up next. Well, gently fold that up or not. I have no grace. I have absolutely no grace. So I am a member of the Sampler Guild. I love samplers. I will do reproduction samplers sometimes. This is a really special one to me because it's actually a Norfolk sampler. This is Sarah Clark. She's absolutely stunning. It's on a 40 count over 2, and I'm actually stitching this up using Madeira threads. Again, I don't know how much I've done, but this is like the first page essentially of some some pages. Maybe I can talk about these things a bit more in detail in future episodes, like as they come up. But for now, this is what we've got. I'm really enjoying it. It's got all this satin stitch down here, which is fun. It's got an alphabet, which I don't like alphabets, but I'll do one every now and then if I've got to. So again, not a true reproduction because I'm not using the called for threads or fabrics or anything like that. I'm just doing it at my own pace, and I absolutely love working on a sampler that was made by a Norfolk girl once upon a time. Like, that's pretty cool. Love that. Really enjoy working on that when it comes out as well. I mean, I enjoy all my projects. Maybe that should be a given, but you know, I mean, you just like more than others. I don't know. We've got my only Mirabella, no, Bella Filipina here, and he said Mirabella, not quite. So I have got Temptress of the Cursed Sea here. We've got the best part of the first page done. This does never show up on camera very well. I've got it on a piece of even weave, I believe 28 count, might be 32, but it's from Chromatic Alchemy. It's called Bridget's Garden. It's like a grungy green with these pockets of bright, like rosy pink, which is just really pretty, and I think it's going to suit her really well when she's stitched up. So I really enjoyed this piece. I'm missing a few threads, but they're coming, kind of. I'll order them soon. I absolutely love. I'm also doing a 1/1 stitch skin situation. Oh, I'm tent stitching it. I'm tent stitching the skin over 1. I don't think I'll ever do it again, but I wanted to give it a go. So that is Temptress of the Cursed Sea by Bella Filipina, not Mirabella. She was my New Year, New Start this year. And again, love it when she comes out. She's ever so fun. We are getting towards the end of the pile, I promise. But before we are done there, we've got Atlantis by Owl Forest Embroidery. Last month was very exciting. I managed to finish the second page here. The first page has been done for a while. I am stitching this from the kit materials. I think it's a 28 even weave and the hand-dyed Owl Forest threads. I love the threads. I'm probably never going to get another Owl Forest thread pack or kit ever again, so I just try to enjoy these. Again, the threads are really fun to work up. We're about 2/3 done. There's one more panel to do, and we'll do it in time, nice and calmly, and enjoy the process as we go. But I love the seahorses. I love those so much. They're so cute. And little fish everywhere. I really like Owl Forest designs. They're really cool. I've got another Owl Forest here. 100 owls. I know a lot of people stitch this one. It's a free chart. I'm stitching this on an apricot linen by Witchell, 40 count, 1/2. I am using again the thread pack, so I am using the Owl Forest threads on this one, so you can see the variegation, the nice colours working up. Like, I think this is really pretty. I love it. It's just ever so fun. I love owls. Like, I love owls so much. I have an owl shelf above my head, and it's just like full of owl ornaments and bits and bobs. So I've always been a big fan of birds of prey and owls, so it was, it made sense to work this one up. My favorite thread in this piece is this one here. It's like green and yellowy green with like a hint of copper that comes in occasionally. It's so fun to work with. I really love the thread kit for this. When I was starting to work on this, it felt like every time I pulled it out, I got to try a new skein of thread out because there's so many colours in it, and that was really fun. So I think I've come to the penultimate. Is this the penultimate whip? Penultimate. I have one more after this. Ooh, do I have one more after this? So I have here Anne Thomas, 1854, by Hands Across the Sea. I have hand dyed the fabric myself. There was no purples in the pattern in the threads, so I was like, do purple. It was one of the first pieces of fabrics I ever hand dyed myself, and it came out quite nicely. I'm a big fan of it. I don't hate how this looks at all. We've got a Bible verse, but I'm not really into Bible verses. But I feel like this is a nice little sentiment, regardless of where it came from. And so far I've stitched a little Penelope partridge and a bunch of florals, so while this is probably one of my oldest whips, a bit embarrassing, I love when this comes out and get really excited about at some point being able to focus on it and finish it. Like, let's go Ann Thomas. Ever such a pretty thing. I was drawn to this because of the massive pigeon that's in the middle of the pattern. Right, the final whip. Are you ready? There's a story here. There's a story. Someone was talking about the biggest heaven and earth design, and I said, rather silly, kind of half jokingly, if someone buys me supersized max color, Garden of Earthly Delights, I'll stitch it. So here we are, with almost 2 meters of 28 count even weave, and somewhere in this puddle is an embarrassing start. So I put one cross into this on my 30th birthday. I intend to finish this on my 60th birthday if I make it that long. I hope I do. That'd be good. Cheers. And yeah, somewhere in here, oh, there it is the start that I made when I got to work on it for one full coverage Friday. I am not pulling the fabric out. I'm not showing you how big it is right now. It's so much effort. But there we are. There's the pathetic little new start. Again, this is Garden of Earthly Delights. It's a triptych. You can stitch it in 3 parts. This version has about 1.74 million stitches in it, so it's gonna take a while. Like I said, I hope to finish it when I'm about 60. That would be cool. A 30-year project. I think we got this down. I think we're on the right track. Look, I'll focus on it when E-Visa's done. That is my plan. So that is that. I don't really know how it's going to end this video. I haven't thought about it. Well, I don't know when I'm going to film another one. If you have been stitching while you've been watching, please do comment down below what it is you are working on. If you can, come visit me on Twitch. I'm at the DaceMan0. All my links in my socials are going to be below. I'm also on Instagram, New Phone Who Dace, and I do have a Ko-fi. So if you follow my Ko-fi, you will get 1 free post a week where I talk about like what I've crafted, what I've worked on that week, including my lace and crochet. If you support me on Ko-fi, whether that's through a one-off donation or a monthly membership, you will get other posts. I will show you my stitching stats and maybe some other bits and bobs, maybe some crochet whips, some lace stuff. The more people I have on there, the more likely I will be to create content on there, but we'll see how that goes. It's quite early days. But that's about that. But yeah, like come see me on Twitch, tell me what you're working on, and I don't know when I'll film another one, but hopefully I'll see you all again very soon, and I'll be able to show you a little bit of progress on some of these pieces. Thank you so much for coming by, I appreciate it. Please do the YouTubey things, and yeah, I'll see you next time.